All right, hello everyone. Here we are, hole number 9. And with a Thor's hammer, probably going to hit a similar shot to what you saw yesterday. Especially if you're a little bit weak on clubs and you don't have the longest clubs in the game. One of the things that I could do, I could put on a power 4 ball or a power 5, like gear ball or something, and I could still blast it to that lower fairway. What that'll do is it'll enable me to set up a rough bump shot that is slightly more holdable. However, what I'd like to kind of recommend to you guys is that you don't play this too aggressive. There's not a lot to be gained. So what you're going to see me do is somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 6 on my top spin here and 8 rings on my adjustment. So there's 5, there's 8 right there. No overpower, just a little bit of curl. It looks like I am going to clip the rough, but you'll see that it comes back and will still be in range. So you won't need all that curl. But as I was just mentioning, is playing it like this, you're just going to kind of ensure yourself an eagle. Especially once you get that drive dialed in. As you could see that I just clipped the rough there. Had I not clipped the rough, it would have been a much better shot. You really probably don't even need curl there, to be honest, because of the secondary wind effect pushing. I was just trying to, essentially be safer than sorry. You can miss this fairway to the left if you're not cautious. So it's okay to clip that rough. It will roll back out, especially when you have a lot of topspin. So let's see what this looks like. That also just clipped the rough. But as I mentioned, we'll still be okay over here. And if you put on power 4 balls, for instance, it's even that much easier. Now here you'll see that the way that I'm going to have to kind of change my shot, what I always do for this is you'll see that it kind of, and from up here, it might not actually happen. But what I usually do is I play elevation on this shot. But it looks like I'm shooting down kind of to a lower target now. So now I'm not going to use elevation. Now we are going to be using the 100% number. I'm even going to be going into overpower. So 12.0 with maybe this wind direction, 14-ish rings. And I'm going to use very close to max. So right in here, maybe right in here with my spin. And you can see that I'm using slight bit of curl and just trying to basically control it with my backspin. So you can see that I can just put it over into the green and just play it very carefully. I always use very little curl there, so you could see that I was still curling it around to the right, but not to an extreme extent. And on top of that, you're going to need about 3 backspin. And you can see my opponent here, he actually has much better range than I do. So you could easily play that left fairway here with no power with a cat. So if you wanted to bring cat, for instance, if I had cat 7, I would actually use it over sniper 10 because it still has very good guide. Similarly, you could do with cat 5 or cat 6. You really won't need the guide on this hole because it's never going to be pointed at the hole. You're always going to be left. All you need to do is make sure that second hop is going to clear the rough. And since it's a tailwind, it's actually going to expand out a bit. So what you'll do is you'll typically see the second bounce in the rough anyway. So since the second bounce in the rough, kind of right on the edge, and you're curling it, that's the reason. I'm just going to go ahead and forfeit. I don't even want to take a chance. So it's much better. Just forfeit that out. But there you can see, if you want to see, a little bit well executed and more precision type shot, you can follow what I did yesterday. But I just wanted to kind of put together something that kind of just shows you kind of the range. So you have the Thor's hammer shot, which is going to be a little bit tougher. And of course, not clipping that rough is going to be a big contributable factor there to making it to where you don't need to overpower. But you could see even with the overpower shot, we're going to be okay. And you can just kind of mimic my backspin, mimic my curl. I always use the curl in that fashion. So that's how I knew that that's about how much I was going to curl on that shot, because even if I'm not overpower, that's how I always curl it. So I was just kind of shot replicating what I typically do, but into full overpower. So good luck with that hole, guys. Let me know how your rounds go, and I will catch you guys on the next tournament. Good luck out there.